Red Rising takes place on Mars, centuries in the future, where society solved space travel but somehow made everything else worse. The planet is ruled by the Society, a brutal caste system where golds rule everything. Silvers control money, grays enforce order, and reds dig. They suffer. They are slaves. Beneath the scorched surface of Mars lies Lycos, an underground mining colony where reds are born, work, and die without ever seeing the sky, believing they're making the planet livable for future generations. Our narrator is Darrow, 16, highly skilled, and already risking his life daily in the mines. But Darrow still has something to live for: his wife, Io. She dreams bigger than any red is allowed to. She sees the truth, that reds aren't heroes, they're slaves. She pushes Darrow to fight back, to imagine something better, to live for more. The Society answers hope with a noose. After singing a forbidden protest song, Io is publicly hanged by order of Archgovernor Nero Augustus. Her death becomes the spark that drives everything Darrow does next. Darrow secretly buries her body in the forest, an illegal act of love. For that crime, he is sentenced to hang as well, and as the rope tightens around his neck, Darrow dies. Or so they think. Darrow wakes up in a shallow grave, which is not ideal. He's immediately greeted by the Sons of Ares, a rebel group led by Dancer who tells Darrow of an insane and dangerous plan: to turn Darrow into a gold and use him to burn the system down from the inside. Enter Mickey, a violet carver, who gives Darrow a reinforced skeleton, golden hair and eyes, and enough muscle to make the Society regret everything. After surviving the transformation, Darrow passes the brutal entrance test for the Institute, the elite training ground for future gold warlords. At the Institute, Darrow is drafted first into House Mars. Then comes the passage. 1 room, 2 students, 1 survivor. Darrow kills Julian, the brother of his new friend Cassius, and the guilt haunts him. But there is no time for grief. War has begun. House Mars Proctor, Fitchner, explains the rules. 12 houses, a simulated war on the surface of Mars, and victory through conquest. Students win by enslaving their classmates. Totally normal school stuff. House Mars immediately implodes. Leadership turns into infighting, and Darrow ends up at war with House Minerva, led by a sharp, dangerous strategist known as Mustang. Instead of losing everything, Darrow negotiates, outplaying Mustang just long enough to reclaim Marsic Castle and reunite his house. Then Darrow uncovers a nightmare. Titus, one of Mars's leaders, is a carved red, just like him, consumed by rage and violence. To protect his cover, Darrow allows Cassius to execute Titus at a public trial. House Mars survives. Trust quietly dies. Darrow teams up with House Diana to seize Minerva's fortress, then enslaves them, because the Institute rewards cruelty. Antonia, a fellow Mars student, murders Darrow's friends to bait him into traps. And then the real villain makes his move. The Jackal sends Cassius proof that Darrow killed Julian in the passage. Cassius confronts Darrow, stabs him through the gut, leaves him bleeding in the snow. It's over. Except no. Mustang finds Darrow and saves him. As he recovers, Darrow abandons fear-based rule and builds something new. An army of defected slaves, loyal by choice. Fitchner reveals the truth. The Jackal is the son of Archgovernor Augustus, and the entire game has been rigged in his favor. Now known as the Reaper, Darrow and his army storm House Ceres, seizing their castle. When a soldier attempts rape, Darrow holds a second public trial, punishing the criminal and himself, proving his rule will be different. The war escalates. Apollo's Proctor tries to assassinate Darrow after accepting a bribe from the Jackal. It fails. Apollo falls. Darrow confronts the Jackal at House Jupiter, but the Jackal escapes. Darrow does manage to eliminate Apollo's interfering Proctor in the chaos. And then he learns the worst news yet. The Proctors have taken Mustang. Completely unhinged with rage, Darrow storms Mount Olympus, the floating stronghold of the Proctors, with the Howlers at his side. It's a massacre. Darrow captures and defeats Proctors and exposes the corruption infecting the Institute by broadcasting damning footage to the outside world. As the dust settles, Darrow kisses Mustang, then learns she is the Jackal's twin sister, Virginia O. Augustus. Darrow immediately assumes betrayal is coming. But Mustang does not betray him. She captures her brother and delivers victory. Darrow is named Archprimus of the Institute. And in the final move of the game, Darrow accepts an apprenticeship from Arch-Governor Augustus himself, placing the Reaper exactly where he needs to be, at the heart of the enemy.